Welcome back to Mock the Mock, where we take a look at someone else's mock draft. And I mock it, giving you my views, thoughts, and opinions. We're looking at PFF's own Seth Galina. He's a very interesting football personality, to say the least. But we're going to go ahead and take a look at his mock. What's crack-a-lackin'? It's your boy Broshmo. Just in case you did not know so, go ahead, become a bro, and subscribe. Leave that thumbs up if you enjoy the content. As always, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let's go ahead, do the nitty-gritty. By the way, positional rankings for the NFL draft. I'm hoping to get them out by this weekend, if not Monday. But let's get into it. At number 1, we got Charles Cross. He said, yo, I saw y'all put in Evan Neal up there. I saw y'all put in Ikem Ekwonu up there. Let's talk about the third tackle, who in his own right could be, for me at least, it's probably going to be a top 10 prospect in this class. And hey, credit. Hey, he says he thinks he is the best tackle in this class. So let's be honest. We all kind of agree on tackle. We just kind of see it differently in terms of what prospect. So definitely an interesting one. It was just like when Dane Brugler was like, yo, Ikem Ekwonu. I don't think Seth Galina saying, hey, Charles Cross, number 1, is going to really get the betting market moving, but it is an interesting pick. And Derek Stanley going to Detroit. What? There's no better player in the draft than Derek Stanley at LSU's bowl practices in 2018. Oh, no one's going to like that you're referencing 2018. Man. Like, I'm just reading this just to kind of like... I'm reading it because I want to get a little more context, but I feel like it's like he's like, oh man, Derek Stanley. I absolutely love Derek Stanley. I'd take him if I'm Detroit. But I mean, they've already invested a ton. I'd rather bring in vets at that position. And I mean, you might as well go Kyle Hamilton at this point. You need a safety a bit more than you really need corner, because you got guys there that you're hoping develop. You've seen some positive returns from that. Does Jeffrey Okudah come back and maybe he takes a big leap? I mean, they got Arawari. They could bring in other guys. Like, I mean, they do also have Melifonwu there, so I don't know. And this is just talking about the outside corner position. I feel like they got some good guys in the slot as well. Is it Jerry Jacobs? I'm not positive, but he played pretty well down the stretch. Derek Stanley's interesting. It's interesting. I don't mind adding cornerback depth, but I feel like at this point, like, I don't know. This is interesting. We saw Aiden Hutchinson going to the Houston Texans. This is probably the first pick that I can get behind. Derek Stanley, I thought, was a bit of a long shot there for Detroit. I don't necessarily think it's the best pick they could make, but I do think Derek Stanley's a good prospect. But at number 2, that's just wild. But Aiden Hutchinson is a wonderful pick here for the Texans. Not much to really talk about with this one here. They do good. I imagine KT comes off the board soon. Well, Evan Neal goes to the Jets, as we see Kyle Hamilton going to the Giants. I'm jumping the gun on these picks. Joe Douglas protects Zach Wilson. Yeah, it adds up. It adds up. So Evan Neal going here to the Jets. Kyle Hamilton might be the best player for a lot of people on their board at this point if you don't have KT higher. So the Giants, you're rolling the dice hoping the Panthers don't take a Ikem at 6. Let's see what happens with that. But like safety, I think is definitely a position of need with Peppers a free agent. They got McKinney. They have Logan Ryan, who getting a third safety in there would be kind of clutch. More so it would be like a safe, like Kyle Hamilton coming in there. Bit different. Logan Ryan, he could kind of like take some snaps off. All right, let's see what happens. Oh, there goes a chem. Like, I don't get this. I don't get this. Like, either, listen, if you're the Giants, either you're like, no, we don't really want to bring in a rookie tackle, but if one falls us at 5, then great, but we're going to go with best player on our board. I guess that could be an argument made, but like knowing 2 are off the board with my pick, the Panthers, like they desperately need a tackle. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe it's, I don't know. And it's not like they got a lot of cap room to work with to really make a move on some guys in free agency, but I guess we'll see. Carolina Panthers, though, they need a left tackle. They get one. They don't have to jump the gun on any of the quarterbacks in this class. Tyler Linderbaum going at 7. I mean, hey, dude, like, wow, KT falls at 8. I mean, okay, like Linderbaum, oh my gosh, KT was on the board too. Like, at this point, it's like, I'm not taking Linderbaum in front of KT. I love Linderbaum, but I'm taking KT because the Giants desperately need pass rush as well. But it's like, I don't know. Why are you so willing to take Kyle Hamilton, but be like, yeah, no, we're going to take Kyle Hamilton over, adding players to our offensive line. Yet you get to this Giants, their second pick, and you're like, no, let's address the offensive line. Forget edge, which is probably like the first or second most important like spot on defense, and they desperately need a pass rusher. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Linderbaum's great and all, but like, I feel like if you're going to pass on the offensive line with your 5th pick, then either you've addressed some stuff in free agency or you're just like, I mean, I just don't get it. I would have gone, if I went Kyle Hamilton, I would have gone KT right here. KT, though, making it to Atlanta, that's pretty good. They desperately need a pass rusher. And, pass rush in general. They could use probably more than one. This is the right class, though, if you are looking for more than one pass rusher. They could also add some more like help to the corner position. There is that. I think those are the top 2. Throw wide receiver up in there as well. They could definitely use more firepower at wide receiver with Ridley likely out. Let's see what the Broncos do. Ahmad Sauce Gardner. So, I know Kyle Fuller and Bryce Callahan are free agents. You still got Ronald Darby there. I guess you could kick Ronald Darby inside. Like, Gardner's good value here, but if you're the Broncos, I feel like this pick has to be used on quarterback if you're not going to trade it for a quarterback. You're a quarterback away. The New York Jets, they get Drake London. I really like this pick. I'm not going to lie to y'all. Treylon Burks, for me, is a dark horse at this pick. I think it's true. I think it's true. He's a dark horse for one of the Jets pick. Maybe the Jets trade down. I think that's also an option. A great option. They could trade down a little bit, then take Treylon Burks. Adding more receivers for, like, I like what the Jets have done here. Like, Drake London's great, but I think Treylon Burks could be that. Like, if people are going to comp the dude to Deebo Samuel, then I'm pretty sure LaFleur would be like, sign me up. But Drake London, wonderful. I like the fit there too. Grabbing more weapons. They already addressed offensive line earlier with Evan Neal. So this is hey, we're committed to our quarterback. Let's see what we have in our quarterback. Let's keep it going. Wow, first quarterback, not off the board yet. Let's just go ahead. The scroll finger's too strong. It's too strong. I can't stop it. I went ahead, flashed 3 picks. Linebacker, yes, is a need for the Commanders, but this is another potential spot for a quarterback. But I'm not ready to pull the trigger just yet. All right, when will you be ready? When did EJ Manuel come off the board? Wasn't it like pick 15, pick 16 or something? When he was first in that class? This is very interesting. But hey, no, this is good. This is a guy that they could get there for the middle of their defense. Jamin Davis, he's better, probably a weak side guy anyway. So good. George Karlaftis. Pass rush, that's a need. I think the cornerback position's a bit more of a need, but I understand if guys like Sauce and Stanley are already off the board. It just feels, just go ahead and get Karlaftis, who's, for me, probably going to be a top 10 guy right now. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going through all those this week. All my rankings, all my whole big board. And everyone and their mom's mocking Garrett Wilson or insert receiver here to the Browns. Makes a ton of sense. Leads me to believe probably won't happen, but all right. Now that I got a minute, let's go ahead and take a look at the Baltimore Ravens. They get Trent McDuffie. Oh, the Ravens certainly do not want go through another season of bad cornerback play. To be fair, there was a lot of quarterback injury involved there. But I get the idea, cornerback depth. You get Marcus Peters back. You get Marlon Humphrey back. I think Tavon Young, who was playing the slot, he's a free agent. So getting Trent McDuffie, like honestly, all those guys could play the slot. Humphrey, Peters, McDuffie. McDuffie's a wonderful athlete. Curious what his length will be, but dude was a shutdown corner there at Washington. All right, we got the Eagles' first 2 picks. Let's see what happens here. All right, we got Jameson Williams and we got Zion Johnson. Riddle me this, Batman. What do we got going on here? You need a support Hurts. It starts with Williams, the fastest receiver in the draft. Williams gives the Eagles a burner to pair up with Devontae Smith. Jalen Reagor hasn't worked out, so instead of sinking playing time in a lost cause, the team immediately upgrades the position. I'm all for it. Treylon Burks, though, I wouldn't mind getting a guy with size, though, because it kind of serves the same purpose. They're vastly different prospects, but Treylon Burks is big, speedy, physical guy. Could go down, win the contested catch point, and create after the catch as well. All right, Brandon Brooks retired. Zion Johnson. Man, I just feel like everyone and their mom's just low on Kenyon Green. It hurts my heart. So Zion Johnson comes in town. Maybe he ends up playing center if they like Dickerson. Like, stay at guard. I doubt it. I feel like when Kelsey retires, it's going to be Dickerson at center. So, yeah, Zion Johnson, he has that versatility to go play tackle if they need him to. Oh, wow. So does Kenyon Green. Interesting. Interesting 2 picks. Chalk it in. Chargers, Jordan Davis. No surprise. Everyone and their mom's doing it. So they got the Saints going Chris Olave. What is this, a no quarterback draft? Because that's interesting. Instead of reaching for a quarterback, how low are you on the first quarterback in this class? Seth? Oh, geez. Like, I like the idea of, the Saints getting a guy that can separate vertically. But still, how low are you on the first quarterback in this class? All right, we got Nakobe Dean going to the Eagles. Makes sense. It's one of their most depleted positions, honestly, on the roster. Kobe Dean, fabulous prospect. All right. Pittsburgh Steelers. They go Bernhard Ryman, dude. Still no quarterback. I don't know where we'll see the first quarterback. That's wild. Oh, man. But Raymond's nice. He's kind of fits the mold of what they've been doing with their offensive line. So while he was kind of up and down at the Senior Bowl, it's important to know this guy hasn't been playing football for long, and just the quickness he has picked up the game and just played at an elite level. The guy was a former tight end all of 2 years ago, now playing tackle at a high level. So yeah, no, it doesn't surprise me to still see him mocked in the first round. Patriots go Jahan Dotson, so they get a weapon for Mac Jones. I really think that that team does need more weapons. Las Vegas Raiders go Arnold Ebiketie. I'm a big Arnold Ebiketie guy. To be fair, Yannick Ngakoue's on the last year of his deal, so maybe they do go with the pass rusher, or if they deem, Ebiketie best on their board. I think Ebiketie's a first-round talent, so no surprise. We still got Jermaine Johnson up there, too. All right, this next pick's the Cards. Kyrie Elam. Cornerback help? Yes, it's needed. Kyrie Elam, we saw in Jordan Reed's mock, he had Kyrie Elam falling way down, like in the 40s of the second round. I don't see that. I see him going to the first. Great length. This guy's been very solid in 3 years, a starter in the SEC. Dallas Cowboys. I forgot David Ojabo was still on the board. Quite fascinating. I don't see why not, dude. This is a great value pick if you're the Cowboys. So, yeah, go and get it. Devontae Wyatt going to the Buffalo Bills. I like this move. I've been saying they could also go corner. Simply because they really don't have a cornerback 2 on the roster. At least they're going to need more competition if they don't bring back Levi Wallace. They need someone to compete with Dane Jackson, who would be the cornerback 2, and they could use just more depth and competition at the cornerback spot anyway. But I think Wyatt's going to be a guy that sneaks into the first round. He's explosive. We already know he was a good run stuffer, so yeah. Tennessee Titans go Jermaine Johnson. Remember, Harold Landry is a free agent, so I think Jermaine Johnson be a great pick, man. I think he goes a bit higher than this, just because he came in measuring longer than I expected. He looked great the first 2 days. Dude was great. Let's go ahead and go to 27. Buccaneers, Khalil Shakir. So this is legit the first time I'm reacting to this mock draft. I didn't know they had... I love Khalil Shakir. This is so high, though. He's going to be limited to the slot in the NFL. Oh. Golly. Oh my gosh, excuse me. I kind of disagree with his assessment. He was like, a lot of the top receivers in this draft are outside route runners. But Shakir is one of the few who primarily played in the slot. Treylon Burks played primarily in the slot. Guess we're not talking about that. This is interesting. I think this is a reach. I love Khalil Shakir. He's more of a day 2 guy, maybe even a 3rd round guy. And I love him, but just like, you know, slot guys are kind of a dime a dozen in the NFL. That goes both ways on defense and offense. All right, we see Trevor Penning going to the Packers. Hey, dude's got an offensive mind. Or at least, I say he's got an offensive mind. Like, he has got a NFL mentality type of mind. Like, that dude's just present. Like, teams are gonna look at like how just in your face and like his bully mentality. They're gonna be like, oh yeah, I want that on my offensive line. Penning's not a guy ready to start tomorrow, at least on the outside. Whether it's penalties, whether it's just losing reps in general. He's not ready to be an NFL tackle just yet. But, I mean, you could slot that guy inside to start out with. So, like, I think Penning goes in the 1st round simply because the NFL is going to love his bully mentality. I love the Dolphins, Treylon Burks. I love this pick. If he is Debo, get Mike McDaniel a Debo. Let's see. We got Roger Mccreery going to the Chiefs. I think Mccreery falls out of the 1st round because of measurements. You could be like, oh, you focus too much on measurements. That's not true. Really, the only time I really talk about measurements is when it comes to McCreary's arms, Pickett's hands. Outside of that, I'm not really talking. Like, I'll talk like, oh, this guy's got great length, but like, McCreery, 29-inch arms. There were only 4 corners last year that started on the outside with sub 30-inch arms, and like the best of the bunch were Cameron Sutton and Dante Jackson, and arguably those guys are better slot guys. So Roger McCreery, you'd be like, oh, well, slot's a starting position. Yeah, but that's also a position the NFL just doesn't draft highly. It's kind of a dime of a dozen. Look at what the Raiders did. They got a fine player in Nate Hobbs in the slot last year. What? Mid to late day 3? You're kind of looking for a bit more upside. Not saying McCreery can't play on the outside. He certainly can. He's done it a majority of his career. He was probably the best corner or the best looking corner at the Senior Bowl. But I feel like I would have a hesitancy. You want that 1st round to kind of like that 1st round shot to be kind of a sure thing. Or if anything, you're betting on like ridiculous size or ridiculous athletics, just those physical tools. A guy like McCreery, that's a day 2 type of skill set, type of like, okay, he's coming in, he's a corner with shorter arms, but very good play in the SEC. Looks like a fluid athlete. Like, that's something that's probably go in the 2nd round. That's just my opinion, though. Could be wrong. Lewis Cine going to the Detroit Lions. They do have a safety need. Who do they go? That's right, Derek Stanley. So they legit doubled up on secondary here. Okay. That's a bit interesting. I like Jaquan Brisker, but I feel like they would probably be looking for a guy that could be more like that has a bit more range. And Daxton Hill might be that guy. Interesting. I do like this last pick. I've been talking about Kenny Green this whole mock. Where's Kenny Green? Did legit no quarterback go? Wait, this was a no quarterback mock draft. Son of a gun. Seth Galina beat me to it. I was going to do a no quarterback mock draft. Props on you. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. That's it for the video. Go ahead, do that YouTube thing. And as always, until next time, you be easy, my friends. Later.